Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm going to start with a very important topic, something that's going on in our community right now, and it is with the cafeteria workers at the Pittsfield public school system. So the best way to get into this is I'm going to read you a press release from the Pittsfield Federation of School Employees Local 1315, which is the union that represents these cafeteria workers. And this should explain the best way to explain this situation. So this is from the union. Dear residents in the city of Pittsfield, Pittsfield School Department officials recently notified more than 50 cafeteria workers that their positions will be eliminated for budgetary reasons effective Thursday, September 24th, 2020. Justification for these cuts, according to school administrators, is that, quote, the public will not stand for them continuing to pay employees for whom there is no work, end quote. These are the same administrators who only last year convinced the school committee and the city of Pittsfield to give them pay increases in excess of $10,000. Shame on this administration. The proposed cuts directly affect women and families who live on the margins in our community. Most work at least 2 and in some cases 3 jobs to support their families. These women earn hourly wages that hover at or below the state minimum wage, and many of them struggle to maintain the health insurance for their family. Most of these women are residents of Pittsfield, and many are single parents. School administrators use flowery words like colleagues and valuable coworkers to heap false praise on these women. Day in and day out during the school year, Pittsfield's cafeteria workers produce thousands of meals for the children of our city, with little fanfare. In most cases, the only real praise they receive comes in the form of a smile on the face of a child they work so hard to feed. These women are very good at what they do, and they know what they do matters. What most people don't know is that at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, school administration officials openly threatened to withhold the pay of these women unless they agreed to work in a hastily organized grab-and-go meal program. Our cafeteria workers stepped up and risked their own health and safety and the health and safety of their families to make this program a success. During the first 2 weeks of grab and go, school administration officials sent these women to work in overcrowded, poorly ventilated kitchens and with no personal protective equipment. Since mid-March, these women persevered on the front lines of the pandemic under difficult conditions, producing thousands of grab-and-go meals for Pittsfield's neediest families. Our cafeteria workers are heroes. These brave and caring women deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. They deserve the praise of a grateful city for all that they have done to feed Pittsfield's most vulnerable children. They do not deserve to have their positions cut. They should not be asked or expected to do the same work for less pay, as school department officials have suggested, just to satisfy some administrator's line item in a spreadsheet. The school department and the city have the money to keep these women employed. The school district received more Chapter 70 funding this year than last year, and Chapter 70 funding is state aid. And that's in addition to $1.9 million in COVID-19 assistance from the federal government. The city of Pittsfield currently has over $8 million in their stabilization or rainy day fund. The decision to cut these positions is a political decision. It isn't based on lack of money. It's happening because the school department officials simply do not have the political will to ask the city for funding to maintain these positions until all of our students return to school. Nothing is more important to us than the health and safety of our community, our children, our families, and our coworkers. This does matter. These cuts are real, and they will devastate these women and their families. And this is from Deborah Rooney. Deborah is the chapter chairperson for the Pittsfield Federation of School Employees Cafeteria Unit. So that is what's going on, and it seems to be a really horrible situation. One of the cafeteria workers I spoke to, and I saw her post, she said she didn't even find out that she was being laid off until she read it in the paper. So this is awful because, as we do know, during the pandemic, those grab and go meals were crucial to making sure a lot of these children were able to eat. And it seems like here there's a lack of communication from City Hall, or I don't know who's stepped in on this, but this is a really important thing. So what they're doing is tonight, which is Tuesday, the 22nd, at 5 p.m., they're meeting at Park Square for a rally. And this is really important. This is to support the cafeteria workers. And they're doing it. Everything will be done. Everyone will have face masks on and proper social distancing. And it'll be outside, again, at Park Square. So I encourage people to attend. And I encourage people like the citizens that are going through their own battle with the concerned citizens over the cell tower up in Ward 4. Because they have a fight of their own. And I think situations like this, or many of the other groups of people involved in things that are greatly affecting them, that they feel that their voice is not being heard, this is a time for us to come together. So this rally, again, is tonight at 5 p.m. at Park Square. I encourage everyone to go. And again, this will be done safely. Make sure you have a face mask on. Everyone is doing proper distancing. But it's important. This showing is important. And tonight's city council meeting will take place at 7 p.m. And I encourage, along with, I'm sure, all of these people will, also the cafeteria workers, the Pittsfield citizens that are in Ward 4 dealing with the cell tower issue. I can't tell you how many people I've spoke to over different issues. You know, this is really, truly a time for everyone to be heard. So again, I'm going to push this as hard as I can. Tonight at 5 p.m., Park Square. It'll be nice weather today, sunny, high 60s. Please attend if you can. And it will be done safely. So, but it's so important. And when I read that letter, it really upset me. And I'm going to post the letter in its entirety also in the comment section of this video. But it really upset me to hear how these women are being treated like that. And they want to work. And again, as it states in the letter, a lot of them are they make minimum wage. These aren't high-paying positions. And there was some controversial things that did happen during the pandemic. In the height of the pandemic, if many of you remember, Mayor Tyre got a pay raise. And that, yes, it was in the charter, but a few counselors, I should say, 2 of them or 3 of them, were asking, is there any way you can not take this raise right now? And that wasn't an option. She believed she deserved it, and I guess the majority of the counselors believed she deserved it. But there were a lot of raises handed out this past year. So to see some of our hardest working women in the cafeterias in the school that feed the children, that are working for, like I said, minimum wage, or very close to it, to be treated like this and to just be laid off. Now, another thing that caught my attention that was in the Berkshire Eagle, and I'm going to read this, and again, this is in the Berkshire Eagle, so you can check it out at Berkshire Eagle's website. But this was basically a statement from McCandless, our superintendent, Jason McCandless. In-person school could be up and running by late October if trends in coronavirus cases hold and agreement is reached with employee unions. Superintendent Jason McCandless on Monday said some, including English language learners, special ed, and some vocational students, will be the first to transition back to classrooms part-time beginning next week. The remainder of the students, except those who enroll in full-year virtual school, would return to classrooms by October 26. So the reason that caught my attention is, aren't you going to need the cafeteria workers if that's the case? And it just seems unnecessary to lay these women off, put their health insurance in jeopardy. Again, most of them work second, some third, 3 jobs. So that makes it very difficult when it comes to even getting unemployment when you're in that situation. And there is funding. There was Federal CARES Act funding, which is the coronavirus relief funding from the federal government. There's been state aid. There was an increase in Chapter 70 funding. I remember when that hit the paper at the beginning of the year. I don't know. I support them on this 100%. What they did to make sure those grab-and-go meals were available for the kids, and again, when many people were terrified and staying home, these women put themselves out there to do that. And I think we owe them that. I really do. So please, it is very important at this rally tonight, 5 p.m., Park Square, tonight, Tuesday, the 22nd. Please attend if you can. I think they're doing it from 5 to 6. It's an hour-long rally. The city council meeting is tonight at 7 p.m., and I encourage everyone to log on to that via Zoom. And the opening to every council meeting is an opportunity for people to call in during the public comment section and express your concerns on this issue and your support for the cafeteria workers if you support them. So that is it for now. And I will have another video out tomorrow after tonight's city council meeting. So everyone have a great day, and I hope to see you all tonight up at Park Square, 5 p.m.